I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. And we welcome Llama last to the podcast. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
I am Llama Lass, the Crab Slayer, cyberspace pirate and traveler of the galaxy.
So why are you a crab slayer? What is your personal vendetta with the crabs?
Oh, well, I mean, they're pretty tasty, but to be honest, my original username was already taken. So they have you you can't have duplicate usernames, so you have to add something on.
Yeah.
And I just came up with it on the spot.
Well, I mean, everybody's got to have a personal enemy, I suppose. I mean, you don't have to be really violent toward them, but it gives you a goal to work toward or against, one way or the other.
An ambition.
Yes. More crabs. So when did you get started with content creation stuff?
I had tried a few times. I tried a YouTube a few years back, and I did one. Apparently, I did a stream in sometime in 23 or 24. But I really started in around the beginning of last year.
So you tested the waters a little bit before diving in.
Yeah.
Was it a question of being comfortable with it and being comfortable how you wanted to present yourself?
Oh, well, mostly I was doing it because I wanted to get into the community.
Well, I could see that.
It's just I wanted people to talk to, and it seemed like I would be able to do that more if I was part of something.
So were you a VTube fan before you got started?
I mean, I think I'd heard of it before. It wasn't really I haven't really watched any of the big names.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I really interacted with the professional space was Kuriji Ali's cover of a song.
Yes. I like watching her stuff. She's fun. She seems like one of those folks that would be really fun to just talk to.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when you got started, had you been in front of a microphone before? Had you been a performer at any stripe?
Well, again, I had a few poorly edited YouTube videos before, but not really. I'd always been kind of camera shy, but I guess now when I think of those times in the past, I'd wish I'd played it up more, but yeah, not really that much before.
So when you did finally take the go in all in, you were
take the plunge if we're going with the water metaphors.
Yes. Were you comfortable with it? Did it take a little while to settle in?
I mean, it's kind of performance anxiety and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still kind of working on being more comfortable with just letting it roll, regardless of how many people are actually watching.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Oh, that type of stuff is so natural. I did radio for 35 years. I've said it over and over again. But even when there were some times where I knew I had a lot of people listening around a college football game or something like that I was on. But in other times, if there was something new, no matter what it was, there always was performance anxiety because you didn't know exactly how comfortable you were going to be doing it, and whether it would sound like you knew what you were doing, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's definitely a part of it.
Yeah, it comes right back to, what am I doing here? Am I doing this right? Um,
I'm doing this right. What is right? Is there a right?
yes,
Is there a left?
yes. Where am I? Did I take my meds? That type of thing before you get started. But it did you settle in pretty? I mean, for the most part, have you settled in, and are you comfortable with it now?
I mean, I don't. I'm gonna be fully honest. I don't stream very often at all.
Hmm.
I plan to when I have like the time, but I'm in college right now, so I
Yeah.
have more important things to worry about than performing.
Oh yeah.
But
There's food. Trying to get
food.
food.
Well, uh, I'm not gonna go into the personal details, but it's more keeping track of all the schoolwork for
Yeah.
me.
Oh yeah. Yeah. As I remember back in the 1800s when I went to school, we we
You aren't that old.
we didn't have all them letters. We didn't use any vowels. We just used Y for everything.
Maybe the 30s.
1830s.
1830.
Now it was it. I do remember fondly a lot of those days, but when you're trying to make sure you're uh, still able to keep going to college and keep everything going, it's a tough road. I'm glad it's in the rearview mirror, actually, a long ways back. Um, so, are what did you want to do with your streams? Just kind of hang out and meet people?
I actually am not really sure what I wanted to do with it. I guess I wanted. I'm not actually entirely sure what I've wanted out of the streams themselves, out of like the actual, doing the streaming.
Yeah. Is-
Uh, I suppose part of it was I've wanted, it's kind of like a running meme that a lot of people in like online spaces or like especially VTuber streamers and that kind of like community
mhm.
are very praise shy. Well,
Ah.
I've always kind of been the opposite. I want all of it, and I guess that's kind of why I went into that because I wanted adoration or I guess attention.
Recognition, something along those lines. Awards, give me
So,
awards.
or just
You'd have been great for radio because radio there weren't the money wasn't there, but they'll throw you an award every once in a while.
the participation trophy.
Yes. And by the way, Eric Loy was also there.
I mean, you said say you're on radio,
Yeah,
so
that's right. Yeah, that's what reminds me of when I was a teenager and playing baseball in our pony league. Our local newspaper, small town newspaper, had us write up the little what happened to the team, whether we won or lost, and just box score. And since I was doing the writing at the end was, and Eric Loy was there.
yes, the classic X was here.
Yes.
They did that in like ancient Greece too. It'd be like they find like ancient writing on a pillar or something, and it's just like Patrocles was here.
That's right. It's Eric. Eric didn't strike out too often. That would be the headline. And then everything else you just kind of cram in there a little bit. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, the a lot of people actually when I talk to them, they start get kind of little taken aback by the recognition they do get, realizing that the people who are coming to their streams are from all over the world, and you'll probably never meet them in person, but here they are coming to see what you're up to.
yeah. Well, that's the magic of the internet.
Mm.
I guess, well, it's the magic and the danger of the internet is that anyone across the world can, theoretically see what you're up to.
The potential audience is 95% of the planet.
Yeah.
It's not bad, not bad. That's why I see that there's some people talk about that there's been a peak in the audience for VTubing, and I just don't think that's the case at all. There's still millions and millions of people who would enjoy it that don't even know it's there yet.
I mean, one, I'd like to see their statistical source, and two, everything like every fad wanes and waxes is the term, I think.
Yes, exactly.
Like, if it's down now, it'll be up later.
Yeah, yeah, and the accessibility has gotten much better from the start, and there are different types of streaming that people can do now. There's one service where all you need is a an iPhone and you're on streaming.
And
So
there's more platforms, although Twitch has kind of just gotten worse. But
yeah,
they have more places you can watch that stuff.
yes. you would think this. You would think that in that there would be somebody who would be savvy enough to jump in the breach, but they're maybe too busy launching satellites or something to do
Uh,
something like that. But and I'm not. I may have the idea, but I don't have the money or the tech savvy to do anything like that. So I'll
hmm.
I'll sit on the sidelines for now and record my program with my safety net. Is
I
that
guess you're
something?
still doing the radio show even now.
Well, the radio is done. They're done with me. I'm done with it. But um, yeah, when you sooner or later you have to pay at least one bill. So I had to move on to a job that actually paid more than minimum wage,
Mm.
which the the truth is that they named me Sportscaster of the Year 2 years in a row for the state, and I was making ten
Oh,
dollars an
neat.
hour.
That's not neat.
No, no. So I'm not doing that anymore.
Understandably.
Yes. And when you get in your 50s, you probably should start paying bills every once in a while. They don't get very happy with you after a bit. Um, Talking skills only go so far. Eh, then law bills come up too in the process.
Uh,
Yeah, but yeah, well, here you're in a situation now where you're kind of using it a little bit just as a hobby or an escape or what?
well, I I mean, again, I don't really stream that often, but I guess I mean, I've mostly played, like, I guess it's a chance to, a chance to get myself to actually sit down and play something.
Hmm.
It's a, way to try and, I don't know. I haven't actually thought about this a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's as long as you're
It's a,
enjoying doing it is the thing. Um,
it's a thing to,
yeah,
figure out myself in the future, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with you don't have to plan every single thing you do and have a if there's going to be people who are VTubers who are trying to make it into a living, and then there's going to be some people like yourself who only stream every once in a while,
Yeah.
and that's part of the beauty of it is that everybody's still taking advantage of the opportunity to use this at home or at school or wherever they're at to do this.
The
It
public library.
oh yeah, the public library or the McDonald's. Not sponsored by McDonald's. Um,
Not sponsored at
no,
all. Although
no.
they're probably gonna put a YouTube ad for it now that we've mentioned it.
Oh, that would be
Speak of the devil, and
yeah,
she will appear.
yeah. Well, that would be the first. I don't think I've ever had a YouTube ad appear on this
Uh,
before, but that would. I don't think I draw enough attention for that yet. We're very niche, but a niche that's getting bigger all the time. Um, so I would think it would be safe to say that you don't have a whole lot of stretch goals for your channel right now. But when you think about it, what would you really like to do with it, or are you that far yet?
well, I do plan to do a debut at some point. I have somebody working on stream element stuff and someone working on a model.
Mm.
Though those are a bit off. Uh, biggest stretch goal is get a computer that can competently run streaming stuff. That's the biggest hurdle. Is I don't have something that can, like, run the games I want to play at a stable frame rate. And we're not talking new games. I'm talking a like Xbox game from 2013 or like old retro RPGs.
Yeah. Yeah, people are starting to find that out where they've got a computer that would work okay to play the game or to do things, but you add that extra element
Yeah,
of
not both.
all of the the processing, the audio and the video, and trying to get that on the internet, and suddenly everything is 110%.
And Discord half the time when you're doing like stuff together.
Oh yeah, yeah. Discord likes to do its own thing every once in a while too. I've noticed that with both that and Audacity that the levels will magically change, even though I've done absolutely nothing to the controls. Um,
Mm,
Suddenly everything is just completely different, and by golly, I have no idea what's going on when that happens. Just keep hitting buttons until it works.
yeah, press all the buttons.
Yes, all of the buttons and bells and whistles. So, what are you when you do go on? What types of games are you playing?
Uh, I guess I have Final Fantasy IX sitting on my computer. I'm eventually gonna play that.
Hmm.
There's it's old art like retro RPGs. I
Hmm.
like turn-based tactic stuff.
Mm,
Um, maybe some yeah. Yeah, mostly just are that in RPGs.
yeah.
I have played a few horror games
Mm,
like Repo and a game called Pager.
yeah. And what is Pager like? I haven't heard that one.
It's kind of like a psychological horror thing. It's in like I would say like a very pixelated black and white style,
Yeah.
very like stylized.
Yeah. Like
There's a
almost.
dog you can pet at some point, but mostly it's like you go through these doors and it'll have like for example, there's one room that will shrink you, and then you go through it, and at the end you get jump scared by like a termite that comes out of the wall.
It's got a very gnar-ish type of thing to it. The um, you mentioned the turnstile games. Did you ever play the old Fallout 1 and 2?
I have not played. No,
Yeah. You talking?
I know that type of game, like the old like point and click type of stuff. I know that exists, but I haven't really played a lot of that.
Yeah. And I don't think you can get more turn-based than and strategy than those two.
Mm.
Be-
Well, I meant more in the sense of like Fire Emblem, or if you like Super Robot Wars,
yeah, yeah. There's people who get
basic like yeah.
yeah, people get really whiplashed if they go from say New Vegas back to Fallout 1. That's a
I mean, wasn't that around the time they got acquired by like? Was it always the same studio, or did they get a? Was it like Bethesda like bought them at some point, and then they
yeah.
completely flipped the gameplay style?
Oh, they completely flipped it between 2 and 3 because um, they had a different one coming out. They had something called Van Buren, I think it was.
Oh yeah, I've heard of.
Yeah,
I saw the wiki page thing on that.
yeah, and then they got sold, or the rights to it got sold anyway. I believe. I think Bethesda took it.
Yeah, they've been making them now. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it certainly well. And what I do appreciate is that they've at least not rewritten everything as they go.
Oh, they have. You mean the not as bad as it could have been award? They didn't
Yes.
retcon
Yeah.
everything out.
Well, in sports, I was a Cubs fan and a Packers fan, so I'm used to not as bad as it could have been, type of things.
Dang.
But um, they kept. I mean, even in the most recent ones, they have callbacks to 1 and 2, which is good. I know there are some franchises that have trouble with it. Heck, you're playing Final Fantasy, and do you even know where that is in
I
the
mean,
timeline?
I have it on my computer. I have not played
Oh,
it
I haven't
yet.
played it yet, but Final Fantasy has like 6 different numbering segments, don't they?
Oh, I don't. I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean, they're on like 15 or 16 now, but I think it's been fairly consistent for the main series.
yeah, yeah. So what will draw you to Final Fantasy? Is this one game you've wanted to play?
Uh, well, I guess. Well, Final Fantasy is a popular game series.
Well, yeah.
Most people know seven, but there are like a lot of there's like again like 16 or 17 of them now.
Hmm.
Nine was specifically is because I re- I really like the troll design and
Hmm.
the TV tropes page made it sound interesting. So,
Yeah. Are there any other types of games you'd really like to play, or any other game titles?
I guess well, I liked like the block games like Minecraft. There was one I liked on the Xbox called Portal Knights.
Mm.
It was like a cute little thing.
Yeah.
It was more fantasy.
Yeah.
They were like there was like the basis was it was like it was sky islands and you went between them
Oh, okay.
with the portals.
Right. Right. Yeah. I probably would have really liked Minecraft had I started a lot earlier. Um, as I had one time I did get on Minecraft. It was with my grandson, and I killed his sheep, and he won't let me back on again.
Bang! You betrayed him.
Well, I didn't know what I was doing. I just walked around, and all of a sudden the sheep was dead. So like, he was like, "Papa, you
uh,
can't play anymore."
Blackout. Wake up. The sheep is gone.
Yes. Oh, he watched me do it. He goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I don't know," and it was dead. So, oh, I also kind of kicked a cow into the lake.
I mean that's fine. They can swim.
Yeah, I hope that's fine. But yeah, there's a couple things he doesn't let me play anymore.
I see.
I can't help it. I'm old and break things. But um, for you, are there any games on the horizon you'd like to try? Any new ones?
Oh, I don't really have anything in mind specific. Any new stuff. I don't really keep up a lot with new releases except for like specific instances.
Yeah,
When the new Digimon Time Stranger, I kept up with that more, but not usually.
yeah, yeah. Were you a Digimon fan?
Oh yes, I have been a Digimon fan for a while.
They're
Oh,
have you been always a proud Digimon fan, or did you come out of the woodwork when the new game came out?
for a while. I do not know if I ever finished it, but I remember at some point when I was young, I watched a significant portion of the original Digimon Adventure dub, and I've been kind of a fan of the whole like franchise ever since.
Yeah, I think it's been fun to watch the um, for lack of a better thing I can think of, rehabilitation of it. Um, for some folks who never saw it were thinking like, oh yeah, well, I bet Pokemon just beat it left and right. But there are a lot of people who look at the Pokemon thing now and says it's the same thing over and over and over again.
Well, it kind of is. They've been using this. It's the same formula repeatedly for the
Yeah,
most part.
yeah, yeah. Just change it.
Because with Digimon, they always add like a new feature. Like some of the new features aren't actually the most intuitive things in the world, but typically they iterate a lot more than Pokemon does.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Pokemon can sell because it's Pokemon. It's
Mm-hmm.
like one of the most successful media franchises on the planet. Digimon has to have like something there.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to kind of appeal a little bit to the Pokemon folks, but it has to separate itself too, and and also from the other folks who are trying to ride on the backs of Pokemon to do their sort of things like Pal World, that type of thing.
Pal World.
Just
It's always funny to me because I've heard Digimon described as like Pokemon with guns because of like whatever, and now
yeah.
Power World is Pokemon with
Oh
guns,
yeah,
but like actual the guns.
uh, guns and lots of other things. Pokemon with basically you're instead of just fighting them, you're having them build everything too
Yeah.
while you're doing it.
The construction company.
Yes, a cross between Pokemon and Bob the Builder. That's what you got with that. But I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about the Digimon um, thing. Have you played the game itself?
Oh yeah, I've played some of Time Stranger. I'm I'm like a good way into like the early portions of the game.
Yeah. Is it
I
is
like it.
yeah? What is the factor that you really like about it? What really draws you to that game?
Well, partly it's because other Digimon games I've played was there was Cyber Sleuth and the old Digimon Dawn on the DS. And Time Stranger has a lot of small quality of life things
Hmm.
that improve upon earlier entries. Like it's a lot easier to do, like the fusion evolutions, or if you're in the if you do a battle and if you like stand around in like the overworld map, it'll like heal your mons fully
Hmm.
if you like wait for a bit.
Yeah, yeah. It actually has some things that make sense along the way instead of just having to rely on whatever healing potions you have. You actually have them wait it out and heal up a little bit. That's good. That's good. The um, would you?
The other thing is it's really really pretty. There's so many fun bright colors that they put into it.
Yeah, yeah, and Pokemon can. There's a lot of things Pokemon tries to do. They always try to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm not sure that always works, but um, there are people who are going to swear by it every time a new Pokemon comes out. So
And sometimes it's literally bigger.
yeah, literally,
Gigantamax.
Super Gigantamax, Planetoid Pokemon. That'll
Uh,
that'll be next. Pokemon Planets in Space, that sort of thing. Um, they're kind of. Do you think they're kind of backed themselves into a corner as far as game wise?
for Pokemon,
I
I
mean,
mean, I don't really know how they would. I guess the like if they wanted to actually iterate on the gameplay formula, I guess the foremost thing would be a larger move roster for individual mons that I
mm,
can think of.
yeah, yeah, I would think so. That the the battle is the battle segments are so ingrained that I think it would be pretty tough to change that too much and not lose the audience you already have.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, people will complain about anything, but
well, yeah, I know I will, but then I'm old. I get to do that. It's in the
yeah.
Constitution somewhere. Um, but it's you don't you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Um, but I'm not sure if they can keep this going and um, actually call the next game new when
Yeah.
it's got all the elements of still the first Pokemon.
I mean, I guess they did after it is the Legend series, so they have like the more like they changed the catch mechanics and
Mm,
stuff,
yeah,
but a lot of the gameplay formula is still the same.
yeah. And then I wonder what the next evil team that's got some way to change the world is going to be like
Yeah.
Team Toast or something.
Team ketchup and mustard or what?
Oh, one is Team Mustard, one is Team Ketchup. They trying to,
Oh yeah.
and of course Pikachu would go for ketchup because that's what Pikachu eats. It's ketchup. Um, Ash ketchup, actually.
Ash
The
cat.
so would you say that you have any real comfort games, or is it just whatever game you pick up?
I've had a. Well, I guess it depends. Right now, I'd say probably Super Robot Wars W is something I've just like played whenever I have nothing else to do.
Hmm. Is it,
Do you know what Super Robot Wars is?
no, I've heard of it. I haven't seen anybody play it.
It's essentially like a tactical strategy game series. Essentially, each entry is a crossover between it's an increasing number over the years, but generally in like the teens number of like old or new mecha anime
Oh,
series.
oh yes, of course. Yes, I have heard of that. Yeah, where they have the different ones in they kind of take them out of their universes and put them into one battle setup.
Usually, most of the time, they blend the settings for whatever game. Although there are occasionally have been ones where they just like have them come from their own universes into wherever the thing is.
Yeah, yeah, that that's a pretty good concept, I think. When I talked about there was another person I had on before. His name escapes me that really liked that game, but it was to have these together. Um, will certainly. I don't think it'll put to rest any debates on which franchise is better, but it certainly will put some arguments on the table.
Yeah, well, they've been doing it for they're doing it for a long time, so a lot of the stuff like that has probably already happened.
Yeah, yeah. Which um, robot or robot suits do you use for the most part in that game?
I mean, you get like around 20 units per stage
Hmm.
most of the time, at least in the one I'm playing.
Hmm.
So there's like you'll like by necessity usually have to use some from multiple shows.
Mm. You can't just load up on Gundam and go from
Like
there.
you theoretically can not deploy the full number, but like why would you do that?
It's somebody to draw the fire.
Yeah.
It's like the Transformers throwing the GoBots out there.
Dang.
Go take all the shots.
Go take all our flack.
That's
Be in
right.
the BotCon comic so we can make recolors of you and then not actually do anything with the license.
I remember I remember as a when they came out at the same time as the Transformers, I'm like, whose idea was this?
Well, I mean, I guess it's any it's a popular thing. You
Yeah.
make copies of it.
And they were like scooters and stuff.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
But it's but I think the people were actually looking a lot at the Digimon things that way too. But I don't think that's really
Yeah.
fair. I mean, they came out
I
of
mean, yeah, just because it's just because it's a conceptually derivative doesn't mean it's not, a good thing on its own right.
right, right. I mean, you could do the same thing with a lot of these card games. I'm sure you could look at Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic. Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic and say
Yeah.
it's the same type of thing. And they're both card games, but there are differences in strategies and such.
Yeah.
Um,
Although in that specific case, I don't think it's a copycat because Magic is an American thing, and Yu-Gi-Oh is specifically a spin-off of a one-off from the original manga,
yeah,
which focused on like multiple types of games.
a spin-off of the original of the concept of the idea that was that was came to somebody while sitting at their breakfast cereal one morning.
It's like the you know card equivalent of like the mother's uncle's daughter's like best friend's relative or whatever.
Mailman who does that. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, for those folks who don't know anything about it, they would tend to throw it all together, and all you're going to get then is very angry emails from people if you do something like that.
Yeah. Very angry emails or Twitter comments.
Yes, well, yeah, yeah. For those folks who can't be bothered to send emails, they'll just do it that way,
Yeah.
and then change their username. Go from there. Um, for you and how has chat been with you, and how have you been able to interact with chat?
I've put in a few like I put in a few of there's like stream elements has like you can have like little pop ups that for like links or like they're like hey we're gonna say run an ad or whatever.
Hmm.
But I did put in a squeaky ham like that you can like have for certain like stream add-on elements you can just like copy it from the Twitch interface. So I believe mine still has like a squeaky hammer thing that you can do on like the user side where you could like bonk things on the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah, yeah. And it is has it been easy for you to incorporate chat into what you're doing?
Well, it's like a battle for my attention of trying to like keep in mind both playing whatever I'm doing and also looking at the chat occasionally.
Yeah, yeah. It's a for some folks who aren't settled in and used to that sort of thing. It really does become a one or the other, and I sometimes wonder how people are able to do both at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, I guess some people are. I mean, multitasking is kind of scientifically a thing that technically doesn't exist, but some people are better at effectively doing it than others.
Yeah, yeah. And well, they have like multiple screens. I guess that'll help out with that sort of thing.
And that's not even getting it. Some of the people in my like extended friend group.
Yeah.
There's one person in particular who is like constantly doing streams with other people and will be in like an entirely different person's chat actively talking at the same time, and none of us know how he does it.
That's just unnatural.
I mean, he does. I mean, I have heard that he occasionally does get like a major burnout, so it's not like something he can just do indefinitely without consequence, but still.
Man alive. I mean, that's a lot of work there. a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of attention you have to keep track of. I can't even keep attention when I'm doing, let alone what everybody else
Can't
is
even
doing.
keep track of what I was doing 5 minutes ago.
That's right. That's right. Even if I wrote it down, I'll just forget where I wrote it. Um, so have you been able to do a lot of collaborations?
Yeah, I yeah, I have played a lot with other people, especially Repo.
Hmm. Well, you pretty much have to with
With
that one.
friends. Sometimes I've gotten like invited to play with other people.
Yeah.
That that'd probably be a lot of my content when I can upgrade my like computer setup, because I would actually be able to stream that and have it as a thing.
Yeah. For your own stream, you can be on the other stream, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's it's fun to watch that. But I'm not even really sure. I know you're supposed to bring stuff back, but I don't know. The fun seems to be in breaking all of it.
Breaking all of what
Yeah,
exactly?
all
You mean
all of
like
them.
in Repo, like breaking
Yeah,
the stuff,
breaking the
or?
stuff and breaking the other people too.
Oh yeah,
Throwing
the
them.
all the potty humor and like saying out of pocket things to get everyone to like
Yeah,
cackle.
yeah, or just pick them up and throw them into lava, that type of thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of the time people don't just like throw you into the pit or whatever, but
I probably would be.
they just run up to someone and do the tumble launch.
Yes. Actually, I would probably just run straight into the pit because I wouldn't be able to control what was going
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times. Wasn't looking or.
on. So tell me, when you're playing that game and you do say successfully bring back a load of stuff, what does that do for you as a character?
Well, I mean, there's like a budget that like any surplus budget goes into being able to buy upgrades for the
Mm,
next round.
mm, mm.
Uh,
Can you can you
yeah, that's mostly it's because it's like a you know the very tight gameplay loop of
yeah,
get money, buy upgrade, do again.
yeah. Do you get to save your characters or do you have to start over every time?
Well, it's not they don't have like you have to you can save like a game match
Yeah.
to like continue later, I believe. But generally, if you when you fail a level, it'll just restart, and all the like upgrade stuff that you got will go away.
Oh, geez. So you couldn't like, do the old D&D thing of bring a character over from somebody else to play or something like that.
It's they're not really that in depth of like characters. They're
Uh-huh.
not like a they're just like you have strict stat upgrades that you can get.
Mm, sounds good.
It's not like something like Darkest Dungeon or whatever, or I don't know if that's how that works in that, but where you have like a whole like loadout of stuff.
Mm. When you do play the horror games, so do you go those for the long con horror or for the short term jump scares? Which one do you like better?
Uh well, that's a interesting question because I am a fan of analog horror.
Mm-hmm.
So I generally like more slow burn stuff. I don't like jump scares.
Mm-hmm.
In all reality, I just don't like big startled a lot.
Yeah, yeah. It tends to after a while you either get used to it or it just cheapens the whole thing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't like being scared. Period. But I mean, if I did, I'd kind of want to play for the long con, and maybe a few
Mm.
surprises. But jump scare for
Yeah,
jump
mostly
scare's
just like
sake
the
doesn't seem to be a particularly good. Although I mean, there's some games that are all jump scares.
what's
They
this FNAF,
yeah
ev- all the jump scares.
yeah. This is basically just should be just be called jump scares, and because that's basically what it all is. I mean, there's not so much of a long con as just to survive a couple of minutes. That sort of
Yeah.
deal. What would be the perfect horror game for you? What type of a horror game?
That's a I guess probably something that's like, it's not fully just the horror. There's like it's like the horror is like a half of it, like
Uh,
a horror adventure thing. Like there are some like there's RPGs that are horror based. I guess I'm thinking of one particular one where it's like all like the world is covered in like garbage and stuff, and there's like meat creatures, but I don't remember the name of it.
Ooh, yeah, that's one of those apocalyptic games. I might like something like that. I kind of enjoy the apocalyptic type things, the stories and such. Even the um, the um, cartoons
Apocalypse
that
is
way.
like it's an interesting theoretical.
Yeah,
There's a lot of ways you can go with it depending on like the setting
yeah,
and the tech level and like is it fantasy or not fantasy or like science fiction.
yeah, yeah.
I personally I would really like to see more apocalypse stuff that like all the nature is regrown because
Right.
that's how it would most likely be in reality.
Yeah, that's probably why I like the Fallout series um, so much.
Although one interesting post-apocalypse setting for me, I've been watching After War Gundam X,
Hmm.
and the basic premise is that there was like usual Gundam like space war stuff, except the space rebellion people dropped like a bunch of the space colonies on the planet, and now it looks like Swiss cheese.
Oh, geez.
But the show really does not go into like the ruin.
Ah,
It does not show like the remains of the old stuff,
yeah,
and it mostly like the new towns and the stuff they preserved. And like there's scenes where like they still have like cars and like fashion stuff.
right.
And it's like life just went on,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
even if the planet looks like a charcuterie board.
yum. One tasty planet coming up.
On Tasty Planet.
Well, I like when I watch an anime like the Cowboy Bebop, um, I would call that a post-apocalyptic series.
Yeah,
With
I did watch up to episode 10. I should pick it back up at some point. But yeah, there's like that scene where like they see the surface of the planet. And it's all just like cracked rock,
yeah, yeah, you
and
could
Eddie is like drawing doodle bobs with the
yeah,
space laser.
and while the rocks are crashing down around Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But that's the type of thing that I would enjoy that sort of thing, and any of those even um, I enjoyed Ghost in the Shell quite a bit. Um, that kind of a post future type deal. Um,
Cyberpunk.
yeah, yeah. That seemed good. Do you are you a big anime fan at all?
I mean I do enjoy anime. I think I like I do like animes. I like mecha and the action and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I generally like the art style more than a lot of American or like Western media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is very stylistic, in a
More
certain way.
expressive a lot of the time, and
Yeah,
you know, because they did not, Japan never really had anything equivalent to the Hays Code, so they can cut. They've just de facto been able to cover a lot more mature subjects
yeah, yeah,
than a lot of like at least a lot of animated media in the U.S.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you look at the earlier pre-Hays Code animation, and you're like, what in the world? How did they get away with that? Because there wasn't anything to get away with. There wasn't any Hays Code to go by.
I mostly know from the comic book stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It was that way for film too, and all of that sort of media. So, what do you have any big plans coming up right now for your channel, or is it just concentrating on school right now for the most part?
Well, once I in like once I'm a good way through the school like semester.
Mhm.
Once I'm done, I said I have a model and like stream like overlays and backgrounds and stuff being worked on.
Yeah.
Once I can get a tech upgrade, that will definitely be like I'll be able to do it more.
Hmm. And will you have a regular schedule during the week, or
Oh,
is
I
that
don't
in
know
the
if
plans?
that a consistent schedule is something that will have to wait for a time when I have like when I can decide my own schedule a lot more.
Understandable. And when you need to get your stuff done, and it's between that or streaming, and while most people
Yeah,
would choose streaming, but you do have a future that you have to.
yeah, I have a future, and that future, and if I do that future well, I can do more streaming.
There you go.
So
There you go. Well, folks, we're going to have the links for Llama Last coming up on the description for this interview, and I want to thank you for coming on. I wish you the best with the schoolwork, especially because that's going to be a big key to everything, and
yeah,
more now than 50 years ago when I was doing that stuff.
uh,
So I wish you the best with that, and I hope we can talk to you again sometime soon.
yep. Thank you for having me. I was actually kind of surprised that you had contacted me. I mean, I know you interviewed my friend Ethan, and there's
Yep,
some other people I've recognized.
yep. It's just too much fun talking to all these folks, including you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.